Hey guys, what is going on? I'm TrickyMist and welcome back. Today we're on Sword Factory GUI, as you guys can see on screen. If you guys know from the last stream, we ended up ending the stream on this game specifically, even though the stream crashed towards the end of it. But I will say we probably got about like 2 hours worth of playing this game in general. And in today's video, we're going to be actually covering all like the different mechanics that are like that's in the game for you guys, especially if you guys want to check this game out. I'll put the game link down below. But without further ado, let's just go ahead and hit play. And let's see where we're going to be put at. Now, I am pretty far, and you guys can tell I have a lot of boosts. And I mean a lot of boosts. But a lot of them are going to be running out of here in about 40 seconds, but I mean, that's fine. So first things first is you have all these things. You may be wondering, what does all this stuff mean? Don't worry, we'll cover that here soon enough. So first things first is that you'll actually just want to spawn in a sword. The sword will automatically spawn right there, and it will go through this process. It will take a few seconds to go through and generate a few things. The mold will always be the second one, quality will be the third, class is the fourth, rarity is the top one, and then enchanting. Right here we have it like it's rebirth 2 times, so it's automatically going to have 3 enchants on it, and it's going to give us 2 QD. As you guys can see up here, we're going to go from 9.5 all the way up to 11.5, and it is basically just like that. You basically generate swords, you enhance them, and then you just sell them, and it's pretty easy going like that. Now, one of the few things that you guys can do right away, this one is a free mechanic. You just hit auto spawn and it'll automatically spawn in a sword anytime that this molding process is done. And it goes by pretty quickly. Now, at first it's going to be a slow gain, like you're probably not going to gain too much of anything, and it's a slow process, but it does pick up later on. So now that we kind of talked about a few things, you can see right here there are upgrade stations, and every single at a certain point, like I believe the first rebirth happens at level 100, and then every 25 levels after that is another rebirth. So every time that you rebirth, it increases your amount by 25 for the level cap. And the more you do it, the more expensive the upgrades will get, but the higher the rarities that you guys can actually find. Let me see if I can find it, the index. And right here, you can actually look and see what listings and how much the value will actually go up. Now, this is going to be important later on, especially if you guys are trying to get to the end game where you want to go for the leaderboards and trying to get the rarest items in the game. But for the most part, this is just one of the few aspects of the game. One of my favorite things in this game currently is probably the portals. The portals, you can go in, you can fight monsters. You'll probably want to save a sword at one point. I have this sword currently. And basically, to save a sword, you just have to go here, view sell. Click on one of the ones that you actually want to save. Once you click it, it'll automatically go into your inventory. And right here, you can hit equip, you can do ascend, you can do enchant. But we'll talk about the ascending and the enchanting later on, so it doesn't seem too confusing. Let's go ahead and close that up. We'll do a few portals just to kind of give you a quick little rundown. So first things first is you'll want to click on here. So I actually tell you on what kind of items that you guys can get from the zombies. The zombies are kind of like, so if you see the 1-for-1, that means you're always going to get like some sort of like common item. 1-for-3, you'll have a chance of getting one of these green items. 1 out of 10, same thing. So basically, whatever rarity the zombie is, you'll have a chance of getting one of the following items, and then of course the other items above. So if it's 1 out of 100, you could get one of these, a couple of these, and so on. You guys kind of get the picture. The more rare the zombie is, the better the items and stuff like that. So let's just go ahead and click on this, see what we're gonna get. And right here, so we got a bunch of 1-for-1s. And yes, the HP is really high, but my level is also extremely high, so it's kind of based off of that. So nothing too worried about. I believe my sword probably does like 87 billion or something like that. Oh no, 25 trillion. Close enough. But essentially, it's going to be like a turn attack. So if I wasn't able to defeat it in one click right here, it will deal 10 damage to me. And if this ever reaches 0, you'll actually lose the sword. So you basically, you just want to be careful about that. If you end up losing the sword because you died during one of the battles, then that's kind of on you. But once you beat the zombie, it'll say spawn next zombie or next monster. I used to just click on this right away. I didn't know that this stuff didn't get auto-looted. You actually have to click on these items in order to get any of them. So I'm going to go ahead and collect them. And now I'm going to hit spawn next monster, and then I'll bring you back up to this screen where you have to choose one out of the 3. And since we didn't get any of the rare zombies, we're just going to go ahead and quickly go through this one, defeat the zombie, and collect our items, and then we'll actually just run away. Running away is the only way to get back to the other page or the other menu thing. And if you ever want to upgrade your sword, all you have to do is hit unequip. It'll automatically come back to here into your inventory, your sword inventory. And to actually upgrade it any like further on of what it is, you'll want to hit ascend. Now the ascension thing is super amazing. It's one of the best things in the game. And all this stuff like the mold, the quality, the class, the enchant, the rarity, it is all based off of your actual levels that you have right here. So the 230, 220, basically whatever percentage you have that at, or like however lucky you are at it, will basically just increase your odds of getting better items. So if I were to do mold, it'll actually let me know what chance it is to upgrade it. Currently we have a 1 in 4,000 chance of getting bloodstone. And the neat thing about it is even if you actually get like a mold that's lower than digital, it won't downgrade or anything like that. But if you ever do get the next one up, you basically get to keep it. It increases the value, or it would increase the damage. It basically just depends on what it is. Mold is always going to increase value. Quality, I almost want to say might increase damage. I'm not entirely too sure. This one's 1 out of 300. There are plenty of other ways to increase your luck or increase your odds at it. But we'll probably cover that in like the next video. And now enchanting, certain enchants have a maximum level, like I believe glittering and looting have a maximum of 10, which is the X symbol. Insight I believe goes probably way up there. It could probably go up to like 100. All depends on your enchanting level. And the only thing with this is that you just don't know what rarity. Oh god, I just noticed. It went from Insight 18 to Insight 23. The V turned to an X almost instantly. But anyways, like I was saying, with this, you just don't know what the odds are of actually upgrading the enchants themselves, because it doesn't display anything right there. So it is kind of a shame. But once you're done basically upgrading whatever it is that you guys want to upgrade, you'll just remove the sword. It'll come back to your inventory. And another thing that you guys can go about doing, like let's say if you didn't want a certain enchant, we'll just use the other sword as an instance. You'll click on here, hit enchant. It'll come right on over here, and then depending on what you want, you can actually lock it and it'll increase the amount of gems that it would take to enchant. And I believe the only way to get gems is from monster fighting or from the portals, so basically the more fights you do, the more gems you get, and you can basically just do this option. So resistance is pretty good. It just decreases the amount of damage that you take if you were to take any damage from the monsters. Health just increases your overall health amount. Insight, I forget what that does. Let's just take a little look here. You can actually look at what everything does. So Insight just increases XP. Insight Plus is 10% XP, and yeah, so basically Index is probably like the go-to if you ever were curious about any kind of enchants in the game. So now that we know all that, let's go ahead and go to here. I am going to actually keep resistance on here just because. And the neat thing about this is as you're re-rolling, it'll actually tell you what kind of rarity it is from like the enchantment listing. The higher the rarity, the better the item is. And usually you want to try and get the plus plus. Like this one's really good right there. Insight plus 18, I believe that's a 15% increase for the amount of level. And since it's at 18, that's almost like a little more than 200% increase for XP wise. And then healing X. Healing just makes it so that you can heal off of kills from the monsters. And it's based on percentage. So it is extremely good. So now that we got our weapon that we want for the enchants, we can go ahead and remove. It'll come straight back to the inventory, just like that, with the resistance, the insight plus, and the healing. And you could basically just take this into the portals by just equipping. So basically, that's all there is to the enchanting. And for the ascending, let's see, am I forgetting anything? Oh, and if anyone's impatient, you can actually come into the shop. Now, I haven't done this at all, but if you come into the shop, you can actually buy your rarity for a sword. I don't know if it's for the current sword that you have right now, but you can basically cheat your way up to a certain point. Seller is the one rarity that you could basically get to. I'm probably like 11 rarities away from it from my current best sword that I have on me. So I mean it's a big jump up. And then you can also get boosts from just the shop here by buying it with gems. Getting 1,000 gems and all this other stuff isn't really too bad. It probably takes a little bit of grinding, but you can definitely do it. Every boost will get you at least 20 minutes of whatever it is. So it is definitely worth investing the time for doing the portals. But anyways, I think that'll probably just have to do it for today's video. In the next video, I'm going to be showing you guys all the codes and do probably a little bit of grinding on another account just to kind of show you how easy it is going at it. Because you could probably make the same amount of progress that I did within the 2 hours, probably in 30 minutes. But that's just because I didn't know about the codes and I didn't know how to access it. I actually went to their Discord. They have a whole list of codes that are currently active. And that's how I got the list. But we'll actually just go over it in the next video. That way it's easy peasy. And I won't just talk for like 20 minutes and then release the codes at the end of the video because I don't know. I'm not one of those people. But anyways, thank you guys for tuning in. I hope you guys all enjoyed. If you guys did, be sure to hit the subscribe button, leave a like, and comment down below. Especially if you guys have played this game. What is your best sword? What rarity? What kind of enchants do you got? Just let me know all that because I am super curious, because I do plan on trying to reach the end game of this and see if I can get on any of the leaderboards, even if it's just top 100. I'm perfectly fine with that. But I will see you guys in the next one, and have a great rest of your day. See ya.